Do I need a license to sell homemade food in Oklahoma? And what is required on a cottage food label in Oklahoma? So if you're looking to start a home-based food business and you live in the great state of Oklahoma, I'm actually going to tell you something really amazing. Stick around from beginning to end of this video. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to get a home-based food business up and running and sell $75,000 a year from the comfort of your home, because Oklahoma actually has one of the best cottage food laws in the entire country. So welcome to Cottage Food Laws. It is Damian Roberti, founder and CEO of Cottage Food Laws and Marketing Food Online and Food Truck Freaks. We have a ton of great food entrepreneur channels here on YouTube. Check the links down below this video. So I'm going to go into it really quick and dive into what you need to know about Colorado and the amazing state that it is, because you're allowed to sell up to $75,000 a year. Now, under the Food Freedom Law, producers can actually make homemade, non-perishable food products almost anywhere, and you can sell them almost anywhere. Sales even to grocery stores, retail stores, and interstate sales are allowed, which is pretty cool because you can actually ship food products from your home through the mail and start a business that way. So I'm going to dive into, first off, some of the places that you can actually sell to that are legal. And then we're going to dive into the food and let you know a little about the labeling and everything else. So be sure to hit the subscribe button as well, because we have a ton of great resources here on Cottage Foods Laws, the YouTube channel. So events, so local events, of course, like fairs, farmers markets, festivals, and things of that sort. You can sell your products there. You can also do it online. So your products can actually be purchased online. They can be delivered in person or even shipped over state lines via the interstate sales part of that. Retail stores, grocery stores, and other retail shops can actually buy your products and then resell them as well. Farmers markets, you can sell them there, of course, which is a traditional place that cottage food operators can sell through. Now, through your home, you can also sell it. If you're comfortable with people coming to your house, you can sell your homemade food products and give them your address and have them pick it up. And even roadside stands are allowed as well. So what kind of ways can you deliver them? Well, delivery, of course, is one of them. If you want to, if you make enough per transaction, I would definitely recommend, because of gas prices, make sure that you're selling a good amount for you to deliver it. Home pickup, if you're comfortable with that, you can have it as well. Wholesale, that's actually one, unlike other cottage food law states, Oklahoma actually allows wholesale. Now, a couple places that you can't do, actually restaurants. Restaurants are something that you cannot sell to. That means that you can't make, let's say, like a seasoning or herb blend and then try to sell it to a restaurant. They can blend that and use it for one of their dishes. That's something that you can't do, unfortunately, just yet. Of course, in catering, you cannot have a catering business from your home in Oklahoma. Now, you potentially might have the opportunity to if you have a separate kitchen, but that's a whole nother video. Now, you cannot, of course, sell perishable products to retail stores or via wholesale. Perishable would be items that are time or temperature sensitive. So non-potentially perishable items can be sold through third-party vendors, such as retail stores and grocery stores. That would be like a trail mix, maybe, or even seasoned nuts, those things that are shelf-stable that don't have to have time or temperature sensitivity that comes into play with them, okay? All right, so what kind of foods can I sell? All right, let's go through the list. You got bagels, cake pops, cupcakes, muffins, biscuits. You can also do donuts and cookies. Now, keep in mind, as I go through this list, there are literally, as I mentioned a lot of my other videos here about cottage foods, you can create your own variations of flavor profiles. So if I say cookies, you can come up with dozens and dozens of different types of variations of that. Donuts, you can even do. Some perishable baked goods that you can do as well. Scones and waffles, wedding cakes. Wedding cakes are a huge business. I actually heard of a story, someone in New Jersey that's making 6 figures a year selling cakes from his house. Macaroons, crepes, and pizzelles, rolls, and all that good stuff. Now, what else can you make? Now, candy, you can do buttercreams, frostings. You can do candy, cotton candy, truffles, lollipops, chocolate, brittles, candies such as hard candies or rock candies as well. Actually, even freeze-dried candy I heard that you're allowed to do as well. Fudge. If you wanted to get into condiments, things like ketchups, you can do nut butter, salsa, honey, oils, pickles, syrups and mustards and vinegars. The list in Oklahoma is quite extensive, and it's pretty amazing the amount of different foods you can sell. Some of the cereals and herbs and spice blends is teas, coffee beans. Now, coffee beans and teas, you want to keep in mind that you can't make finished, completed drinks. This is not like Starbucks. You can't sell actual drinks or beverages made with those, but you can sell the tea leaves, dried fruits, mixes, or pasta. Next up, you can do extracts, fermented foods, frozen produce, carbonated drinks, even in hard-boiled eggs. That's pretty impressive. Pastries such as empanadas and tamales, cones. You can do pastries that do not have any filling of meat and cheese, though. Pies, churros, and danishes. Now, preserves, you can do acidified foods, which is pretty interesting. A lot of states don't allow you to do that, but Oklahoma, you can. Fruit butters, other preserves, jams and jellies, chutneys, and marmalades. Now, snacks. This is a pretty big list too, and I'll go over just a few. Crackers, of course, pretzels, caramel corn, kettle corn, popcorns, nuts and seeds, vegetable chips, marshmallows, chocolate-covered fruits, fruit leathers even, and chocolate-covered items. This would be like pretzels and things of that sort. Now, a couple of things that you can't do still, though, unfortunately. Meat jerkies. This is something we get asked a lot on Marketing Food Online. Can I make meat jerky from home? Well, under Cottage Food Laws, you actually can't. You would need to get in a commercial kitchen or a commercial setting of some kind. Low acid canned foods. Now, that's something also that you cannot do. So let's dive into a few limitations. Commercial kitchen prohibited. So you cannot use a commercial kitchen or build one in your house. Now, in some states, you have a separate part of the property. You can build a separate kitchen, but that's not building a commercial kitchen inside of your own kitchen. You have to do it from your primary residency, of course, as it's known, the house or the home that you're actually working from. That will be your primary place. So again, you can't go to your grandmother's house or your aunt, uncle's or something and start making products and say that you made it at your home. Also, the sales limit. Now, keep in mind it's $75,000 a year. That is pretty steep. That's a lot of money for a side business. Now, I heard also that if you're looking to sell in Oklahoma perishable food items, you must take actually a serve safe. It's known as food handler's course or food manager's course, anywhere from $15 to $180. It's about an 8 to 10 hour course. It's something you can actually do online. But if you wanted to sell those types of products, you can do it, but you'd have to make sure you have that course. All right, so what are the labeling requirements for Oklahoma cottage foods? Number one, allergens. So there's actually 6 major allergens. Cottage food operators need to make sure it's on the label that the product is made in a facility that handles milk, eggs, peanuts, tree nuts, soy, and wheat. So you want to make sure you have that on your label. Now, business address, that's going to be your home address. You actually cannot actually use a P.O. box. That's something I found out before. You can only use your home address, which would be where you're producing the product. A business name. So if it's Jane's Gourmet Cakes, make sure the business name is on the label. Also, the ingredients from most least to use all the way down to least use. So if you're using, for instance, like a cake, predominantly it would be flour would be the first thing. And then you can go through sugar and cream and butter and whatever it may be that's in it. But make sure your ingredients are from most to least. Phone number. So you need to have a phone number where they can be traced back to. Someone needs to call you or they need to find out. If somebody gets sick or ill, they need to know where they can get it from. Also, the product name. Now, the product name and business name, remember, are 2 different things. So make sure that you have the product name on there. And then finally, a statement that says basically that the product was made in a private residence that is exempt from any government licensing or inspections, just to let them know that you're not being inspected by the state because you are a cottage food operator. So that is a quick rundown of Oklahoma's cottage food laws and what is can and cannot be made, labeling, and where you can sell it. So if you've got questions about this, let us know down in the descriptions. And remember to check out our rest of our website and check out our channels too. We'll see you on the next video.